Women's History Month, and I am actually live on Facebook. So I'm going to start saying hello to everybody in the room. We're so glad you guys are all here today. Folks are still popping in, so we'll stall a minute just by saying welcome, welcome, and more welcome to the Daily Antidote of Song. Today, thank you, Carolyn, in Boise, Idaho, for reminding me today is day 1064. That is 1,064 days of this fabulous Daily Antidote of Song. Let's give it up to the fact that we are all still here singing together because it's a beautiful thing. So the Daily Antidote of Song, for anybody out there on Facebook Live or in the room who doesn't know it, it's one song every day at noon Eastern. We like to say that we are making the world better one song at a time. We invite you to come in here and sing along with us anytime you want to. We are a program of Carpe Diem Arts. I want to thank our tech person for the day, Aaron Geyer, coming in from Brooklyn, New York. Thank you so much for being here, Aaron. Let's say hi to all the folks in the room. I see we have Jim Harkless coming in from Maryland. Hello to Jim. And of course, we have Cindy Kallet and Gray Larsen, our song leaders for the day, coming in from Bloomington, Indiana. And we'll get back to Cindy and Gray in a minute with a bit more. Deborah in Kentucky, hello, nice to see you. Kevin in DC, hello. Hello to Bob and Christiana in Rockville, and the Curly Tops, Willard and Leanna in Vermont, nice to see you guys. Hello to Carolyn, of course, in Boise, nice to see you. Hello to Leah in Illinois, glad you're here today. Hi, Linda in Concord, Mass, nice to see you. And Arlene in Berkeley, nice to see you, where it's raining, that's lovely. Kathleen in Albuquerque, hello. Kim Wallach in New Hampshire, that's Kim of the Short Sisters, and Kim, of course, has sung with us before. Bonnie in Boise, nice to see you today. Ann in Silver Spring, Maryland. Sheila in Florida, hello. Hi, Deli in Maryland. Aloysius in Westerford, Mass. Hi, Cricket in Maryland. Storm in Mass. Carol in Connecticut. Nancy's Irish Cow in Washington State. Julie in Ontario. Liana, well, that's actually Dawn, in Vermont. Nice to see you. And I think we have a few other people off video. Let's see who's here. We have Bronwyn in Victoria, Jenny in Suffolk, UK. Jenny, we're glad you're with us today. Thanks for being here, and thank you for the heart. Linda in Orcas Island, Isabel in Florida, Caroline in DC, Susan in Seattle, Penny and Ralph in Victoria, Sandy in Western North Carolina, Lynn in Connecticut, Martha in Oregon, and a few people who are still connecting to audio. We're glad you've joined, and we look forward to having more of you here. We'll get you on the goodbye end if we missed you on this front end with the hellos. Let's all take a deep breath. Since you guys all weren't rattling off at the mouth, you probably didn't need that breath as much as I did, but thank you for joining me in it. I'm so super glad to be here today with folks who I've admired for a really long time, and they have not been in the Daily Antidote before. I'm not sure how we've waited so long, 1,064 too many days, without a little bit of Gray Larsen and Cindy Kallet. So they are a fabulous, fabulous duo, sometimes from Bloomington, Indiana, and sometimes from Camden, Maine. And you may know them independently as solo musicians, or you may know them together. We're going to chat with them a bit more about all the different iterations of who they've been. Well, maybe not all of them, but lots of them. But I do want to bring up to the stage Cindy and Gray. Thanks so much for being here. We're so excited to have you with us. Happy Women's History Month. And can you tell us a little bit about the song and share it with us?
We sure can. And thank you so much for inviting us. We are delighted to be here. And yeah, I think it's spring in Bloomington, Indiana right now, and it's definitely winter in Camden, Maine, so take your pick. We're going to sing a song called If You Say Yes, and I made it a few years ago, and I'll talk a little bit about that later. But it has a great chorus. The chorus is has a little funny way of coming in. So I'm going to sing a line. Somebody said, got a something come, and it goes like that. I'll sing that tune. So there's two lines of that, and then you're going to sing. Somebody said, if you say yes, where will it lead? Where will it lead? Where will it lead you? So it leads you in a little bit of an unpredictable place. Somebody said, if you say yes. Try it that.
Somebody said, if you say yes.
And then where will it lead? Try that.
Where will it lead?
Here's the funny part. Where will it lead? Try that.
Where will it lead?
So we're going to go just that far from the beginning of it. Somebody said.
Somebody said, if you say yes, where will it lead? Where will it lead?
And then the last line. Where will it lead you? That's kind of predictable. You kind of know where you're going with that. So I'm going to give you my lead in again. I am having trouble speaking this morning. Hopefully I'll be able to sing. Somebody said, and this is the verse, it changes every time I sing.
Somebody said, if you say yes, where will it lead? Where will it lead? Where will it lead you?
And then I sing another part. It goes this fast, I can't help it.
Somebody said, if you say yes, where will it lead? Where will it lead? Where will it lead you?
And then there's another part that goes like this, but it's not the same. And then it rises up like this, ends with down on my knees, which is kind of fun to sing. That's the part where I always cry. I'm going to try not to do that today. So, let's try that one more time with the verse, and then we'll sing the whole song. Somebody said, ba-da-da-ba-ba-da-da-da-ba-ba-da-da-da-ba-bum.
Somebody said, if you say yes, where will it lead? Where will it lead? Where will it lead you?
Fantastic. And then when you hear it go like this, dum-ba-da-dum, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I don't have the guitar part. Da-da-da, da-da-da. I'm down on my knees. So funny, like how different ways you know songs, and what the cues are.
And after a few choruses, I might sing something else during the chorus, sort of a counterpoint line. I hope that won't throw anybody.
It won't.
I don't think it will.
It's gonna love, and you can sing your own counterpoint, hopefully.
That's
too.
right,
So
And this is a Irish alto flute. It is really long. It won't fit in the frame. It's 37 inches or 38 inches long. So you'll only see part of it when I'm playing it, but
and
that's
this
what it
is a guitar. It has a peg head. And we have legs and feet, but you won't see those either. So you're just going to have to assume that we're here. Okay, ready, everybody? Thumbs up. All right, here we go. Somebody said, gotta watch your step, gotta close your eyes, gotta hold your breath.
Somebody said, if you say yes, where will it lead? Where will it lead? Where will it lead you?
Somebody said, gotta lock your car, gotta draw the shades, gotta bolt the door.
Somebody said, if you say yes, where will it lead? Where will it lead? Where will it lead you?
But that fussy old crow's on the gutter again, and a tufty little bird's in the backyard tree, and I've worn holes in my blue jeans, down on my knees. Somebody said, if you sing too loud, if you dance too wild, stick out in a crowd.
Somebody said, if you say yes, where will it lead? Where will it lead? Where will it lead you? Somebody said, if you rock the boat, if you climb too high, if you swim the moat. Somebody said, if you say yes, where will it lead? Where will it lead? Where will it lead you?
But I
Ran outside in the howling rain, and I thought,
what have I got to lose for just a glimpse of some good news? I'm
down on my knees.
Somebody said, don't act too smart, don't start to cry, don't fall apart. Somebody said, if you say yes, where will it lead? Where will it lead? Where will it lead you? Somebody said, you aren't enough, too soft and sweet, gotta just get tough. Somebody said, if you say yes, where will it lead? Where will it lead? Where will it lead you? But I hear the beat of the strongest heart, and I would walk 1,000 miles for just the moment of your smile. I'm down on my knees. It's always been, it'll never change. Somebody said, if you say yes, where will it lead? Where will it lead? Where will it lead you? Somebody said you're so naive to so hard to just believe. Somebody said if you say yes, where will it lead? Where will it lead? Where will it lead you? But there's you now, 1,000,000 strong, and your voice there, 1,000,000,000 votes for just the smallest speck of hope. I'm down on my knees. Somebody said gotta watch your step. Somebody said gotta just get tough. Somebody said if you sing too loud or you rock the boat or you aren't enough. Somebody said if you say yes, where will it lead? Where will it
Ooh, wow, that was precious. I sort of, instead of talking, just want to sing that 3 more times in a row. Just what a beautiful song. It was absolutely entrancing. And then the lyrics were so powerful. I can't wait to hear. First of all, can we please all give it up to Cindy and Gray for that incredible piece of beauty? I can't wait to hear more about what inspired you to write that, because I see so much going on in that, and I'm curious to know how much of it is what you were meaning to put in there. So please tell us a little bit.
Yeah, well, I made it up back when I was living full-time in Maine. I had met Gray, and we sort of had a long distance thing going for about 5 years or so, 4 or 5 years, and somebody had sent me, actually it was a link to a Ladysmith Black Mambazo song, and it had Somebody Said in it. And I loved it. And so in the spirit of my usual mode of songwriting, I stole that phrase, and at that point, everybody's experiences of really wanting somebody to just have an open mind and an open heart and say, yes, we'll try this. Or, yeah, sure, go ahead. I don't know if it's going to work, but just go ahead and try it. Along with experiences on the phone for 7 hours with a customer service representative who at the end says no. And then there was also the part about the part about your, what is it? I'll have to look at the words. Don't act too smart. Don't start to cry. You aren't enough. I think I'm a guitar teacher. I've taught for many years, and I had kids coming for lessons sometimes that would just be saying, oh, I have to act dumb in school because it's not cool to be smart. So there were all those kinds of things going on. And they, as usual with my songs, they all kind of piled in and said, I want to be in your song. And then the other one said it wanted to be in my song. And I said, yeah, but that gets too messy. And they said, we don't care. So that's kind of what happened with this. It all kind of came in there.
That is amazing. So then I don't feel like wrong for all of the different things I was interpreting out of it. So as you were singing, I was thinking, wait, I thought that she said she wrote it, long before the pandemic, but it's all about the pandemic. And wait, I think she said she wrote it a long time ago, but all of the current crisis that our country's going through is in this song. And wait, but it's Women's History Month, and is this specifically about women's history? Because it's all about women and all the ways in which we're told to maybe not act too smart. So everything was in there. So the fact that you argue with your songwriting self about what goes in, and then you put it all in, worked entirely. That was really.
And it also, we do the PS, which is like this week I'm thinking, God, I've got to say no to more things. It's just I'm saying yes to way too many things right now. And it's really getting out of hand. So that song might be next time, if you just keep doing this. Hang on. There is actually, I do have a song called No, 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 No. It's on my Parent Kid album called Leave the Cake in the Mailbox. That's another mommy song about, don't wake up. No, don't wake up from your nap.
And Cindy, when we
That's
first
great.
started performing this, was it not during Barack Obama's first presidential campaign?
Yeah, it was.
And there's that Si se puede,
Right, right.
yes we can.
Yes, we can, right.
And so if you say yes, there was sort of, a lot of times at concerts people would relate to it that way.
Yeah, that's a good point. And just 1 billion votes and just the smallest speck of hope, how...
Yeah.
I really can't say that line without crying, so I'm not going to say that line. So,
Wow.
just so much of that these days.
Yeah. Oh, it just hits on so many levels. It's really so beautiful. As you were just talking, I was remembering something I read ages and ages ago in a Rolling Stones magazine article collection of John Lennon and Yoko Ono, and when he decided or when he fell in love with her or something. I might be misremembering this slightly, but he had gone to an art exhibit of hers, and one of her pieces was a ladder, and you had to climb up the ladder, and at the top of the ladder there was a tiny little door, I think, and you had to flip it open and read what was inside of it, and inside of it just said yes. And he said after he climbed up the ladder, he felt like, that little piece of thing could have said anything. He had a couple of graphic ways of saying it, but it could basically just say just get out of the way and, whatever. And instead it was the opposite. And he was so affirmed by that so I think that's a really just a great way of also seeing the ways in which our yeses can, bring about so much beauty in the world and so much, let's all be, we're yes people in the Daily Antidote for sure. I know we are.
It's the improv
Thank
thing.
you for sharing that.
So,
Yeah. Thank you for sharing about the, the Obama presidency, because I think as a nation, we had an entirely different set of sensations that we were carrying about us as who we were and where we were going. And, even if some of it was that we thought we were something that we weren't because we weren't there yet and we needed to do more work, it still felt better than a lot of the grief and the angst we've been carrying since then. And we've grown a lot. As a nation, I think, but there's also so much that feels so much more wrong now, and it's that little shred of hope that you're pointing to. That if we talk about too much, we might cry, but so we won't talk about too much. We'll just change the subject. All right. Can you tell us a little bit about? So I was telling Gray earlier that I know Gray from Metamora. I think I was in about 8th grade, maybe, when I first heard some great Metamora music.
Grade 2 when he started.
I think the first Metamora album came out in 84, maybe, or 85. Yeah, I remember my first child was born in 84, my son Robin, or Tala as he goes by now. And we did the photo session that month when he was born. It was around then. Yeah.
But then you were with Malcolm.
Before that, I was in a duo with Malcolm Dalglish, starting in 1975. So I was 20 years old then, so I've been performing and making music in the folk scene since for 48 years now, long time.
Woo! All right.
We recently, some of you out there know Pete Sutherland, and he recently, died at the end of November last year, and we sure miss him dearly.
Yeah, we actually were so lucky we got to be with Pete the day before he died and had a wonderful visit with him.
So that was very special. But yeah. So again, with the Daily Antidote of Song, we are losing so many people, and so I love that you're singing every day and getting together every day. That really keeps some hope and keeps some community alive there. So
thank you. That's very beautiful. We did, in the Daily Antidote, we're in the business of collecting people.
Yes.
So we can't lose anybody, period.
Oh.
That's a message to all of you. Nobody's going anywhere. I was going to say that Pete was actually scheduled to come in here, I think shortly before he found out that he was sick. And so we didn't actually ever get to sing with Pete in here. So I think we should throw today's song out to Pete amongst other things. We did sing for him.
Yeah, he has sung this with us. We had a blast singing this with him because Pete is one of the most creative harmonic improvisers along with Gray. And he had these other people have sung harmony on this song with us in a performance. But Pete had this wild, incredible harmony to this song that I loved so much. And I always wish I could just sing it with him again because it was just so interesting and beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of Cindy and I did a concert in Camden, Maine in January. I think it was the 13th of January. And they're at the Camden Opera House. And you can actually view that concert on YouTube anytime you wish to. And we debuted an instrumental piece that I wrote for Pete in that concert.
Yeah.
And we played a tune, Old Man Winter, that Pete had composed. And it was somewhat dedicated to Pete Sutherland, that concert.
Yep.
Great, thank you so much. So yeah, so we've got the link for that, I think, going into the chat. Can you tell us also about some of the other ways in which folks can find you and find your music? So on your website, I'm sure, but anything else you want to point us towards?
We have a YouTube page that has some videos, and I'm not very good about Facebook. Yeah, graylarsen.com and cindykallet.com and
KalletLarsen.com.
kalletlarsen.com.
And I think we can put in the chat, there's a link to, if you want to purchase directly from the artist, a download of our recording of that song. We have a link for that, and also a link for the whole album that contains, if you say yes. The album is called Cross the Water.
And Sing Out did publish a lead sheet for that song, which we will try to get up on our store page in the next few days or so. But anyway, or you can write to us and just say, hey, what's the story with that? I thought you said a few days. It's like been a year. And we'll get back to you within the year after that.
Or a lot sooner.
Or a lot sooner.
That's really great. Those are a bunch of projects that you have that people can already tap into. I think we were talking just before we opened the doors about a project you have upcoming. Gray, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, some of you probably know Dylan Buston, or know of Dylan Buston. He's a great and a very, very dear friend of both of ours. I've known him since the mid-1970s. And a prolific songwriter, folklorist, filmmaker, author, storyteller, genius in the folk world. And way back in 1993, Dylan Buston and I collaborated on a musical theater production called Songs from Walden Pond. And Dylan took excerpts of the text from Henry David Thoreau's Walden and created song lyrics out of them, and then wrote 18 songs. And we staged this musical theater production only twice, once in Bloomington here and once in Concord, Massachusetts in 1993. And Dylan played the part of Thoreau with a stage set as a one-man show, and he interspersed his monologues with these songs. And I created arrangements, sort of like orchestrations for these songs for a small chamber music ensemble of piano, cello, French horn, flute, me on the Irish flute, and percussion. And it's some of the best musical work I feel like I've ever done in my life. And we made a recording of all of the music in 1993, and we never issued it to the public. For some reason, there's complicated reasons, there are good reasons for that, but so now I've been working very hard on editing that recording and sprucing it up and making it sound great. And I'm right now doing the editing and mixing, and I'm hoping that Dylan and I will be able to issue this to the world maybe within a month or two. So it's incredibly beautiful music and powerful music. Yeah. And I'm sure a lot of you would really love it. And Dylan Buston, as you may know, is also struggling with cancer right now. So I'm hoping to really get this out as soon as I can. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. I didn't actually know that he was struggling with cancer, so thank you for also sharing that. And now we're going to sing this song the second time through, and we're going to sing it for Dylan this time. I do know, so for those of you who are coming into Cindy and Gray for the first time today, they are in both Bloomington and in Camden, neighbors and friends and musical partners or players with lots of folks that we've sung in this room with. And so it feels really good to have Cindy and Gray coming into the room, kind of like they've returned home, even though they didn't know that they were missing this home. We knew it, and we're glad that you're here.
Thank you for making us so welcome.
Yes, thank you.
Anything else you'd like to say before we sing it again?
Just thanks all of you. It's so great to have when you're spotlighted coming in to see you singing and smiling along. That just makes our day. So thank you.
Thank you. All right, what do you say, gang? Should we sing it again with them?
Okay. This time I'm going to straighten out the last two verses, which I mixed up last time. Maybe.
Sounds good.
Somebody said, gotta watch your step, gotta close your eyes, gotta hold your breath. Somebody said, if you say yes, where will it lead? Where will it lead? Where will it lead? Where will it lead you? Somebody said, gotta lock your car, gotta draw the shades, gotta bolt the door. Somebody said, if you say yes, where will it lead? Where will it lead? Where will it lead? Where will it lead you? But that fussy old crow's on the gutter again, and a tufty little bird's in the backyard tree, and I've worn holes in my blue jeans down on my knees. Somebody said if you sing too loud or you dance too wild, stick out in a crowd. Somebody said if you say yes, where will it lead? Where will it lead? Where will it lead? Where will it lead you? Somebody said if you rock the boat, if you climb too high, if you swim the moat. Somebody said if you say yes, where will it lead? Where will it lead? Where will it lead? Where will it lead you? But I ran outside in the howling rain, and I thought, what have I got to lose? For just a glimpse of some good news, I'm down on my knees. Somebody said, don't act too smart, don't start to cry, don't fall apart. Somebody said, if you say yes, where will it lead? Where will it lead? Where will it lead? Where will it lead you? Somebody said, you aren't enough, too soft and sweet, gotta just get tough. Somebody said, if you say yes, where will it lead? Where will it lead? Where will it lead you? But I hear the beat of the strongest heart, and I would walk 1,000 miles for just the moment of your smile. I'm down on my knees. Somebody said you were so naive to hope so hard to just believe. Somebody said if you say yes, where will it lead? Where will it lead? Where will it lead? Where will it lead you? Somebody said it'll stay the same, it's always been, it'll never change. Somebody said if you say yes, where will it lead? Where will it lead? Where will it lead? Where will it lead you? But there's you now, 1,000,000 strong, and your voice there, 1,000,000,000 votes for just the smallest speck of hope. I'm down on my knees. Somebody said gotta watch your step. Somebody said gotta just get tough. Somebody said if you sing too loud or you rock the boat or you aren't enough. Somebody said if you say yes, where will it lead? Where will it lead Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much. As Arne Batson would say in our room, let's just breathe that in. And actually, let's just breathe that in all day. That is just a beautiful energy to take with us through the rest of our Sunday. We've been super blessed to have the two of you here today. Thank you so much to Cindy Kallet and Gray Larsen. Everybody, let's give them one more big hurrah.
Thank you to you.
And we hope that we'll get a chance to sing with you again sometime in this year. Thanks for joining us and helping us celebrate Women's History Month and March and spring, and all of the things that are happening all around the world that are good and that give us hope. So thanks again to both of you for being here. We are going to, don't forget to look them up on their website. And follow the YouTube links for this song and other things, and do a lot more listening today. You probably have some time for more music in the rest of your day. So here's some ways to go find it. All right, we are going to say goodbye, and thanks again to Cindy and to Gray. It was great to have you with us today. Look forward to hopefully singing with you again. Lots of folks in the room holding up your CDs, lots of messages in the chat to you guys. So we'll send you the chat afterwards so that you can read all the nice things people said. And let's say goodbye, of course, to everybody in the room. We're so excited that you were all here with us today. Happy Sunday. We look forward to seeing with you tomorrow for more music on a Monday. And we've got cool stuff coming up this week. We've got another Library of Congress, American Folklife Center Archive Challenge Day on Thursday with our hosts from the AFC. So please join us that Thursday and every Thursday this month. We're singing with different folks. Our Archive Challenge participant this Thursday is actually Arne Batson singing a song from the library's collections. So please join for that extravaganza. All right, gang, see you soon. And tomorrow, I hope. James Harkless, nice to have you. Thanks for being here all the way from Silver Spring, Maryland. I'm actually coming to you today from Merchantville, New Jersey. Deborah in Kentucky. I'm usually Jim's next door neighbor. That's why I just had to mention that. Bye, Jim. Thank you for being here. Deborah in Kentucky, thank you so much. Lots of love to you. Kevin in DC, I loved you fluting along with Gray while he was fluting along. Your flute is a little shorter than his. We could almost see your whole flute. And Bob Walker and Christiana, thank you for being here today from Rockville. Beautiful flowers. And Curly Tops, that's Liana and Willard. Thank you, and thank you, gang. Great to see you coming in all the way from Vermont. And Carolyn in sunny Boise, Idaho with more beautiful flowers. Leah in Illinois, thank you for being here. Oh, wait, that's two folks from Illinois because that's where they are from also. No, wait, Bloomington's in Indiana. I'm wrong. So, Leah, I'm sorry, you're stuck in Illinois by yourself. Arlene in Berkeley, thank you so much for being here. Kathleen in Albuquerque, great to see you again. Glad you got your computer fixed and we get to see your face. Kim Wallach in New Hampshire, hope you'll sing with us again soon. And happy rest of your Sunday. Bonnie in Idaho, thank you for seeing you. Thank you for seeing you. Thank you for being here. And it was good seeing you. And Ann in Silver Spring, Maryland, thank you for being here. And Sheila in Florida, I think probably we should all take another breath. Yeah, I'm talking so fast, even I can't keep up with me. Sheila in Florida, thank you so much for being here. Deli in Maryland, thank you. Aloysius, great to see you. Thank you for being here. Cricket in Maryland, Storm in Massachusetts, Nancy's Irish Cow in Washington State with a Nancy in behind it. Julie in Ontario, great to have you with us today. Kathy in Virginia, hello and thank you. Annette in California, hello and thank you. Martha, these are all the folks I didn't get to say hello to on the other end. Martha, thank you for being here all the way from Oregon. Susan in Ohio, nice to have you with us. Fred in Silver Spring, Maryland, thank you for being here. And let's see who else is here. Changing screens. Diane Weinstein from Puerto Rico. We're glad you're with us today. Thanks so much for being here. Kat in Vermont. More Curly Tops. That's the mama and the papa of the Curly Toppa in Vermont. Linda in Orcas Island. Thank you for being here. And I did see you holding up there, CD. Gary and Christy in Massachusetts. Glad to see both of you today. Thanks for being here. Jane in Texas. Nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Jamie in Victoria, British Columbia, and Carol in Connecticut, and Linda in Concord, Mass. Lynn in Connecticut with a camera on. We're really glad to see your smile. Also holding up the Gray and Cindy CD. I love it. Aaron, thank you so much for being here from Brooklyn, New York today and from running our tech for us. Jenny in Suffolk, UK, thank you. Caroline in DC, Susan Miller in Seattle, Penny and Ralph in Victoria, Sandy in Western North Carolina, Jane in Maryland, Margaret, who may or may not be new to us today, thanks for being here. And we're going to say goodbye to everybody out there on Facebook Live. Help me wave them out. Bye, Facebook.